So all those traps, they won't be able to get you once you're on the right frequency. Because then you make less mistakes. Because why? If you know better, you do better. We are warriors, right? And do you think God will send a warrior to war without giving you weapons? It's a question. Do you think the weapon that God gave you was to be speaking in tongues and to be shouting with a microphone, or to be singing and rolling on the floor, and after all those drama, you go back to living the life you're living with the same messed up frequency, following instructions of people who are purposely misleading you? Do you think that's the kind of life God wants you to come and live? Listen, earth is a school. You are here to learn, to know yourself again. And when you become that version of yourself that you can trust, that you know, that you love, that you admire, that you've always wanted to be, then now you begin to share that light with others so they can find themselves. Knowing yourself should be a very beautiful thing. But we live in a world that makes you feel crazy for knowing yourself. Because once you know yourself, there's certain things you won't do anymore. There's certain people you won't follow anymore. There's certain instructions you won't adhere to anymore. When one thing you need to know is that not everybody that's old is wise. Not everybody that's old is in alignment. So most times, people who tend to become aware, self-aware, self-conscious, they tend to have problems with people in their immediate vicinity. Because those people watch them grow and they already look at them in a certain way. So when they begin to change that behavior, they're like, why are you changing? You are becoming somebody else. You are changing. This is not how I know you to be. Exactly. The only constant thing in life is change. You should be mad at me for being the same person I was 10 years ago. But we live in a world where people get mad when you improve personally, provided they don't approve of it. They're like, I know more than you. I'm wiser than you. I'm trying to show you what's best for you. Show yourself what's best for yourself and leave me alone. Because one thing we don't know is that even fools grow old too. So at some point, you need to be able to think for yourself, make decisions, and if there are consequences that come with the decision, face it. It will make you a better person. At least you're living life on your own terms. Nobody should be controlling you. You are not a slave. You are not a slave. You were not born to be somebody's puppet. Whether right or wrong, it's your life. Live it. But make sure that in the decisions you are making, you are high vibrational with it. Because in high vibration, you can make no mistakes. Because all the traps, all the problems in life, they are all stuck in the lower dimensions. This is why you see we are shifting right now. The planet is shifting. It's moving from we're moving from a 3D to the 5D, but mentally some people are in 8D. And people in the 3D make them look stupid. They're like, what is this one saying? Don't get offended when somebody spills wisdom that is beyond your comprehension. Don't get mad. Get inspired. Let somebody else's lights fan your flame. It shouldn't be a competition. This is the reason why I don't agree with what the educational system is doing, because it's a colonized one. It breeds competition. And we do not compete. If you are competing, that means you do not want unity. That means you are separating people. Are we separate or are we one? Aren't we working towards a common goal? Those trying to keep us separated are busy looting. They're stealing from us. They're stealing our knowledge, they're stealing our energy, they're using us as workforce, as slaves. Because if you don't know what to do for yourself, somebody else will use you for themselves. This is the reason why when somebody wants to teach you about spirituality, be very careful. Because people have ulterior motives. Let your conscience be your guide. Let your intuition be your compass. Let your vibration be your direction. And you cannot do any of these without having passion for what you do. It will show. If you do have passion, it will show. If you don't, it will show. Because it will last. Somebody who is doing something that's being forced, it wouldn't last. If somebody is forcing you to do something, it won't last. But if you're the one doing it because it feels good to you and it doesn't have to make sense to anybody, just you. That's how you'll be able to unlock the genius in you. But our kids are not brought up that way in society today. That's why you see so many kids going left in society. So the way forward is inward. Start with yourself. Leave everybody alone. Leave the teachers alone. Leave the pastors alone. Leave the politicians alone. Leave everybody alone. Now begin to know, who am I? Where did I come from? Why am I here? Is it just to live life, watch TV, have kids and die? Is that what we're here for? Find your passion and plant yourself in it. Then you will blossom like a tree planted by the waterside. And you will always bear fruits because you are doing what you were born for. God is not stupid. God will not put what you need in this lifetime out of you. He will put it in you, but you have to spend time with yourself to find out. And so many people go through life not spending time with themselves, but instead listening to Daddy Gio, Mommy Gio. Bruh, they came like you too. They have one brain like you too. Anything they can do, you can do. Leave them alone. They will only manipulate you to their own financial advantage. It's a business. Even politics is a business. So when people say, they want them to help us, we want them to help us, bro, you're fighting a lost fight. You're fighting a lost battle. Because you have to be the one to help yourself. That's what you are here for. To become better. And you cannot become better without first recognizing those that came before you. Without first learning the mistakes they made. Without first learning how they were betrayed. And the best way to know your ancestors is not to go to some museum. It's not by going to some white museum. You know your ancestors by sitting with yourself, because your ancestors are all in your genetics. They are inside you. You are your ancestors. You don't know. You don't know. Be unapologetic about who you are. Because nothing outside of you determines your worth. Nothing. But we live in a world that wants to make you feel like everything outside of you determines your worth. The kind of car you drive, the kind of house you live, the kind of amount of money you have in the bank. Bro, all those things are superficial. They print that thing. Money is being printed. So you spending your whole life working for it is just dumb. But I get it. We must survive. In our survival, we need to know who we are so that the journey can become an enjoyable one. It won't become burdensome. It won't become stressful. And it won't become too hard for you to comprehend. Because you are stronger than all of this. But the kind of strength we need now is not a physical one. It's the mental one. Because the whole universe is mental. When the scientists want to tell you about the universe, they always show you a whole bunch of things. But what if I tell you that all those things they are showing you, Pluto, Mars, Uranus, Jupiter, they're all inside you. That's why it's called universe. It's you. You are the verse. It's you. You are the uni. Uni is one. It's you. Chosen one. You. But I don't know why this knowledge tends to skate over people's heads. And then they begin to call spiritual people demonic people. I don't know where they get all that from. But guess what? It's changing, you know. It's changing. People are beginning to wake up to the truths, and it is a very sweet one because it's making me happy. Just simply talking about this is keeping my vibration high because I love this. That's me. What about you? So have a nice one, eh? Talk to you later.